Today we are going to be making a South Louisiana staple brought to you by our friend and South Louisiana native, Mr. Bryan Wong.
Thank you, Chris. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, this is Chris Cretin with Cretin Townsend Homes, welcoming you into one of our family's kitchens for what we thought would be a fun little cooking show. Bryan is a husband, father, chef, and local restaurateur. We're super excited to be making this gumbo with him today. Bryan, we have everything I think that we need.
Yes, Chris. So we do have everything.
Let's get started.
And, thank you so much for preparing this roux for me.
You're very welcome.
It's looking great, and we're about to get started right now.
Let's go.
I can't wait.
What do we have first?
All right, so everyone starts off with their trinity. We have bell peppers, celery, and onions. Anyone could add a jalapeno if they want it spicier. But I think our roux is ready, so we are about to start going in with our vegetables.
Excellent.
So here we have our bell peppers. Chris, would you like to grab
Yeah, I'll grab them for you.
Thank you, sir.
Go.
All right, we got them sizzling right now. We're gonna give this a little stir.
Now, what color roux did you go with for gumbo? Traditional
All right.
darker roux?
So everyone does their gumbo a little different. My father, so he likes it a little traditional, not too dark. I know everyone does it a little different.
Okay.
One of my Uncle Frank's, which is very well known, he does it a little darker, but it's looking really nice searing up in here.
So you're a medium dark kind of guy when it comes to the roux.
Yes. I'm gonna start adding parsley. Grab these bay leaves right here.
Okay. What else do you need?
You could grab that garlic, sir.
Okay. Take those dishes from you.
Thank you, Chris. All right. So we got this stirring in here right now. Let's make sure we get this going with a little bit of heat. Turn the fire a little higher.
I like what you're doing here. How long have you been making gumbo, Bryan?
All right, so I kind of grew up in the kitchen. My father's always been in the restaurant business. One of my favorite things is hearing that my father has the best gumbo. And, you know, everyone has their own recipe, but...
Does your family compete over who has the best gumbo, it seems like?
Yes, so I come from a line which everyone cooks out of my family, all of the Wongs. So my Uncle Frank and my father, I think they have a big competition going on, but I have to say my dad's recipe is my favorite since
Nice.
I've been eating it since I was very young.
He will be pleased to hear that when he does hear that. He'll be pleased to hear that.
Ah, thank you, Chris.
All right, what else we got going on with here?
All right, so we kind of already prepared. If you are at home, our shrimp stock, I've seen people use crab stock, in which our shrimp stock, you know, boiling shrimp down, make sure you strain it, that way you get your full stock, and we have it heated. It's about to go in pretty soon.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but we are making a crab and shrimp gumbo today, so you'd use a shrimp stock. If you were making, say, a chicken and andouille
If you were doing
sausage.
yes, then you would do a chicken stock,
Great.
andouille stock. Some people don't eat seafood, but today, one of the classics, we're going to be doing shrimp and crab gumbo.
And it's smelling good in here.
Yes.
All right, so we're looking like it's almost stock time, huh?
I think we're about to get going in here soon. All right, let's see. Let's make sure we have all our seasonings. We got black pepper, we got our Tony's, gumbo filet, salt, a little bit of green onions, and we got our little bit of chicken base for a little extra flavor right here.
Okay.
So
that's doing its thing. Is it time for stock yet?
I think it's about time in here. Ready.
We were blessed that last night you actually made another gumbo for us. And so even though we're cooking this one live today for you, we might be speeding through this a little fast.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes if you want to get a darker roux for your gumbo, you can let it go a little longer. It just kind of depends
Sure.
on how much time that you really...
You have, and
Yes.
it's a labor of love, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like in Louisiana, that's just kind of a big family thing. Is sit at home, make a big pot of gumbo, and just feast with your family.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
All right, so what else we got going? We got the stock.
All right, so once our stock,
Looking delicious.
we're going to
over there.
probably turn the heat up a little higher. we're gonna try to get this to a boil right now. We're gonna start putting our seasonings in. So you wanna help me out, Chris?
Yeah. I'll hand them to you. How about some salt and pepper first?
Got a little, put your pepper in. We have salt. Got our Tonys. You could use whatever kind of spice you like. If you want a little spicier, you can go with cayenne. It just depends on what kind of heat you want. Got our gumbo filet.
Yeah, your family does like the spice, does like the kick up.
Yes, hey, one of our family things is really just blending Cajun, classic Louisiana food with our traditional Chinese food. That's what really how they made a unique name for themselves.
I've had your gumbo before, and it is spectacular. What you adding now?
All right, we got our chicken base for a little extra flavor in there, green onions.
Take that from you.
I like a little spice.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I noticed that. You put a little shrimp and crab boil in there, which is famous in Louisiana
on
and the South.
How much spice you want, but you could just put a few drops first. And you could kind of go, as it finishes, you could put a little more if you would like. Got to use a little bit of Tabasco, whatever type of hot sauce you like.
Okay. A few drops there.
All right, we're going to give it a little stir, Chris.
I like it. So the gumbos are not the most complicated dish to make. You know, it comes down to a lot of personal touches, personal flavors, family traditions, little tweaks, seems like, from recipe to recipe.
Yes. And as my dad said, you know, one of the big difference in his gumbo and his brother is using tomatoes or not tomatoes.
Nice.
So I'm kind of making it how I like it. So even if you wanted to add some, it just kind of depends on what type of vegetables you want to put in there.
Well, it's looking good.
All right.
The Doucettes are going to come home and their house is going to smell like gumbo. I love it.
All right, so let's check what we have over here.
All right. What is this?
All right, so we got some Louisiana blue crabs. We have some shrimp already deveined, peeled already.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to start putting these crabs in here.
This looks delicious. So, Brian, if I'm not mistaken, you and your family are building a home right now with Cretin Townsend Homes. Is that correct?
Yes. So,
how excited are you?
You know, the wife and our 3 kids, we've been so blessed to finally build our dream home, and it should be done in the next few months, and we couldn't be more than...
So you're mid-construction right now. You can walk through it, not finished, but you can walk through it. You're under construction.
Yes, and this...
How exciting. Is your wife in love with it and the kids?
You know, I think seeing it every day is just one step closer, and it's just a dream come true to us, and it's been incredible.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
All right, sir, we're gonna put some shrimp in here.
Okay. These crabs are literally alive, wanting some gumbo themselves.
All right, let's give this a little stir. All right, Chris, this is looking good. We're gonna turn the heat.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this is that once you're at this point, we're going down to a simmer and...
Yeah, you can just
kind of let it work its magic from here, huh?
Yes, and right now, especially once it starts to boil, you can, if you don't think it has enough seasoning, you could always add more. So I try not to put everything all at once. And
this would be the point where you could taste it and do little tweaks and stuff.
I think that's the great thing about cooking, you know.
That's
if
awesome.
You want to go with one special recipe, or you can just keep going and, you know, put a little extra spice, extra salt, whatever you really want to put in your gumbo.
Great. Man, we're getting really close here. Well, I think the beautiful thing is that you blessed us by making a gumbo last night, if I'm not mistaken. And so we're going to actually get to serve this up in a few minutes. We have some rice freshly prepared, and we're going to get to try this out. And just to surprise you, we actually brought your father here today on the set.
Really?
Yeah. That way he could try out your gumbo.
Oh, no.
And we'll see what he thinks. Let's grab these bowls right here. We'll plate some up. And then,
hey, boy.
Hey, Dad.
Look who we have in.
Make sure you're doing a good job.
Look who we have in the picture.
All right.
Mr. John Wong, how are you today,
hey,
sir?
how are you, Chris?
Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you. Come on in. Let's check out what Brian has and what he made last night. I'm going to get some bowls.
All right. We got a finished gumbo over here, Chris.
That looks good.
Is he doing all right? You approve, sir? So far?
Let me try it.
He's gonna test
All right,
it.
Dad. Let me.
Let you know.
You want to try the one that we're making right now?
Let's stir this up. Let's plate him a bowl of this that you made last night because he hasn't got to try this yet. And we'll get him a spoon and we'll see what he thinks.
All right, Dad. It's not as good as yours, but let's see how we
We'll
did.
see. Let me see.
Here's the true test.
Not bad, son.
Not bad. Hey!
Okay.
We got a not bad. Not bad. He likes it. I think we're gonna bring the cameramen on next and let them try it.
Yes.
Guys, thanks so much for coming. I really appreciate you checking us out today and checking out the show. We hope to do this again with you soon. Thanks again to Mr. Bryan Wong and Mr. John Wong for stopping by. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.